Howdy folks, welcome back to Shop of Pockets Acres. Here we got a doe moving through the back of the property. And we got a squirrel in here running around. And this is June and July. Both, I'm going to check this on the 1st of August. And a porcupine wandering through back here. I finally got everything checked for June now. And I think mostly July. And a couple of does come through back here. And one sniffing the camera there as she goes by. Looks like that one has a couple warbles on it, and one going down through. Then the porcupine back in here at night, going back the other way. I don't know if it turned around and come back or was a different one, different night. I don't really like seeing them on my ground because I have a couple of German shepherds I take up with me, and I don't want to see them run into one of them. Another doe in here at night. A couple of still running around back in there. Another one coming up through. And the porcupine wandering through again, or at least one of them. Another doe wandering up through. We got a bird in there, and I'm not sure what kind of bird that is. But in the few blank videos, I think it's probably either that same bird or another one of those types of birds flying by the camera and not really standing. A squirrel come through. Trash panda or raccoon come through. Then the bear come through. And the trash panda again. Another deer in there feeding. A few deer in there feeding through. I don't know why we got four does running together unless the fawns are laying and a squirrel in there. Unless the fawns are laying somewhere close by. We have a fawn come out through. And then goes on out through. Must be laying down somewhere. Then we got that bird or another one back in there feeding around. Chipmunk there on the end of that log. He does end up moving here. Back in there feeding around. And porcupine back through again. Bobcat wandering through here in the daylight. Nice look at him or her. Another chipmunk in there running around. And a fawn, mother fawn on it. And you can really see in the fawns back here the two different sizes. One's a little later on here. It gets to be some that's a little older than this one. And the porcupine back in there at night. Doe back in there feeding. Keeping things trimmed up for me so I ain't gonna weed eat near as often back in there. Taking the top out of that little, looks like chestnut oak. Yeah, she's almost got to be going after mountain laurel because this camera's on a piece of mountain laurel and that's what's on that side of it. There's nothing but mountain laurel. We got the fawn in there at night. Oh, wandering right through. If it's the same day the fawn following her, or Joe wondering back the way she just went with the fawn following her. And I think these are the same day videos. The fawns helped me out, taking the top out of that sassafras. And Mama little one coming back down through. Back out past the camera from behind the camera again. It just looks like they spent the day feeding around in that general area. Porcupine through at night again. Joe, or a group of those again, a couple of them anyhow. Three out of the four. And that might have been the fourth one, might be a different day. Got one back in here from behind the camera again. Something there. Or listening to something, one of the two. But you can't see very far back in there. And a bear through again. And another deer. Then the fawn back in there. Let go in there. Then another trash panda comes flying through. And we got another doe in there feeding. Helping keeping the path cleaned off. Fawn. One of the smaller ones, I think. Did do some weed eating the past couple weekends on some of the trails to where the next camera check, some of them are cleared out in front of on it, or most of them will be now. Haven't got in front of all of them yet. But another porcupine wandering through there at night. And we got a doe back in there in the daytime. But she's helping keep my trail cleaned off some too, in the area open in front of the camera. What's the trail down? I did clean out the trail down in here last fall, I think it was. It's not bad other than it needs some a little trim back along the sides where you're brushing up against them every time you're walking through. And the doe is the fawn is feeding along with the doe. It's just lagging behind her a little bit this day. Where this fawn's, I can't say for sure, but I think it's bigger than the one other one. And here after a bit, there's a fawn that gets in there beside the doe, and you can definitely see the difference in these smaller ones and the bigger one. I'm pretty sure there's a doe in here with a set of twins, and this might be one of them because this fawn does appear a little bigger to me, a little taller than some of them that are back in there. Then we got another porcupine in there at night. And I don't know what's with them being on the ground here, traveling through here at night so often. Then we got this 6 point coming through. Three up high on one side and two up high and a brow tine on the other side. Don't look like he's going to grow any more than that. And then the doe following him. And I think this might be the same buck I had on the fire pit trail camera. I think it was. And I think it had him on the top of the fire pit too, but that footage got through in with everything else and I never got it put on. And I ain't digging for it now. And a fawn back in here. And we're into July now in this sequence of videos. Where this fawn you can definitely tell it's bigger than some of the other ones running around. Back in here beside its mother. And this doe definitely has a set of twins. Maybe some of the ones prior to this, the videos, only one twin or the other one was following her around. But I'm pretty sure the one doe that was in here earlier only had one fawn with her at times too. I like seeing them keeping that trail cleaned off a little bit for me to where I don't have to maintain it as often. And this here's the doe with the buck, evidently. So I don't really think this doe was mama to any of the fawns. You know, like a set of twins in there. And one of them fawns is bigger than the other one. Probably because one of them's a buck and one of them's a doe. But I can't really tell that. And those two are definitely bigger than some of the other ones. We got a chipmunk there climbing up the tree, then the buck going through again. Looks like the same buck to me. Then doe following. Then he back in there at night. Thanks for watching.